Hey y'all, it's Bitty Boo. So, my area is not going to get hit as hard as other areas. That's a plus on my area, but I've got friends in the other areas. So, from what they're saying now, north of I-40 is going to get it. From Oklahoma City to through Pryor and all that, which is a long stretch, they are going to get the hardest part of tornadoes. Now, in Oklahoma, anywhere there's a thunderstorm, a severe thunderstorm, is potential for tornadic activity. So we are in a thunderstorm warning now. But our chances are slimmer for a tornado. So that's good. But pray for the people from Oklahoma City, north of I-40, through Arkansas, because they're going to need everybody's prayers. Right now, they got it classified as what it's going to be is major severe thunderstorms. But the thunderstorms has the potential for F4s and F5s. But my area so far, the way they showed it, we can get flooding. I can handle flooding. So anyway, is there anybody out there other than me? Sam Lane, the Storm Center meteorologist, he did an update and showed the radar. Panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas is going to get hit hard. I mean, very hard. So pray for the people that live there. So that means Kansas will probably end up getting it too. But knock on wood, right now, my area is out of the woods. God answers prayers, let me tell you. Am I buffering? I don't have anyone talking. I see 3 people on, but 4 people on. But no talking in the chat. Five. We're going to be good. We have potential for severe thunderstorms, which can cause tornadoes, but ours are slim pickings. Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma Panhandle through Arkansas. Anything north of I-40 from Oklahoma City to, oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. TV. To Arkansas has potential for F4s and F5s. But so far, according to Sam's deal, we could get flooding here. I can handle flooding. I don't want no F4 or F5. Good Lord is answering prayers. So, with that being said, so far, my neck of the woods is out of trouble as of right now, other than flooding. It starts raining too much and it starts flooding, I'll bring my critters in the house. You know me, Jana. I'll lock them up in a bathroom. I can clean up little goat pellets. Oh yes, Gabby, I see you. But the prayers have been answered for southeastern Oklahoma. But western Oklahoma and northeastern Oklahoma, y'all need to say a lot of prayers for them. If anybody knows, Daniel Arms, which I think they're in Florida right now, so they're good. Unless they're back home from their vacation. But Daniel Arms' family, mother-in-law, father-in-law, I think mom and dad, pray for them because they'll be in the line of it. Keeping It Dutch is in the line of it. Homestead Kids is in the line of it because they're in Okemah, I believe. Hidden Heights Farm, I believe, is in the line of it. Keep prayers out for Bill from Stony Ridge because he's in line of it. Or Stony Creek, rather. Bill and Rose's place would be they'll be in the line of fire. Trine, are you in the line of fire? You're up by Oklahoma City, right? If you are, you get shelter when those storms hit. I think you're up by that way. Because it's not going to be good. Sam Lane is one of the meteorologists from the National Storm Center, and Oklahoma City and them are up for F4 and F5s. So make sure you take cover, brother. Because y'all are in the line of fire. Thank God, southeastern Oklahoma. We may just get floods, maybe a couple of little tornadoes, but we ain't going to have nothing so severe. But the way they talk, this is going to make more tornadoes look like nothing. So far, we're in the clear here, Maria. When they showed the deal, when Sam updated the radar system, my area will get a few thunderstorms, a lot of rain, some flooding, possible chance of a tornado, but not likely. But trying, he lives where the eye of it's going to be. So he's going to need a lot of prayers. Honey, you may not work tomorrow at 5. There may not be nothing to go to work to. Not sure what time this stuff's supposed to hit. I think it's supposed to be in the AM. But you have my email, don't you? bittyboo44@gmail.com. I think you do. Send me emails. Let me know you're all right. I mean, I know there ain't nothing I can do, but I can pray. Hey, West Wind. How are you, babe? So, send me emails. Let me know you're all right, Tron. But I got an update on ours. In my neck of the woods, we're pretty much out of line of fire. So we're going to be pretty much safe here, so I ain't got to worry about dodging and taking cover. I mean, there could be one pop up. It's always a chance with a thunderstorm. But mine won't be nothing like Trine and them's going to have. They're calling for F4s and F5s. Our deal here, they're just saying we could get flooding. Flooding starts happening, I'll just bring my critters in the house. I may have a fight on my hands with hubby, but I can sweep up goat pellets. Oh. I'll stick Rue in the bathtub. But here in my part of the woods, we're going to be safe. But anything. Oh, wow. Y'all got a lot of rain then. But anything north of I-40 is going to be in a lot of trouble. I'm south of I-40, so. Now, I don't know about Tuesday, what they've got planned for us for Tuesday. I mean, things can change. But so far, God has answered prayers. Because I'd made up my mind I wasn't leaving my critters here to fight a tornado alone. If God was going to take them, He's going to take me too. The place you were selling got shut down. All right, Westman, you're going to have to explain to me. The land you was selling? Were you selling land? or no, you're in California. Y'all don't get a lot of rain, do you? That's like Oklahoma people with snow. People get stupid. I know how to drive on the snow, but I don't go out because of the other idiots that don't know how to drive on the snow. Well, everything's all screwed up. I have my theories about it, but people think I'm crazy and that I'm one of those what do you call it? Something theory people. They think I'm talking BS and propaganda. Nah, a little rain ain't gonna hurt. I'm from Oklahoma. We get a lot of rain. There you go, trying. But that's like people here with snow, they get crazy. Hey, Queen of Hearts LA. Thank you, hon. How are you? But knock on wood, my area, which is southeastern Oklahoma, is pretty much out of the woods. We're up for flash floods. I can handle flash floods. But say lots of prayers for the people north of I 40. I'm pretty sure Bill and Rosa. I don't know. They may be out of the line of fire. My weekend was good. It was beautiful here today. Yeah, most schools have closed because of the weather. Do not mess up internet. Or our schools never shut down for tornado warnings. And it looks like things are going to get bad. But tornado warnings has never scared the schools before, and now they're scared. Thinking on it, am I buffering again? Man, I hate my internet. I hate being stuck with boondock internet. I know I live in the boonies, but this is aggravating. So, West Wind, was you selling land and the people backed out because of rain? Yeah, a lot of them don't, but but I tell you what, Indianola, they put in one heck of a storm shelter. I think they could fit the whole town of Indianola in that booger. Their storm shelter that they built, can accommodate 400 or 500 people. And the school only has 200 kids. Ah, West Wind, I'm sorry. You too, Queen of Hearts. You have a great day. Thank you for coming in, sweetheart. I need to look at some of your leather stuff. But I tell you what, when they first started just talking about how bad stuff was going to be and that my area was in effect, it had me worried. That's why I was letting everybody know if something happened to me, I wanted everybody to know I loved them. Because I wasn't taking shelter. I wasn't leaving my goats and stuff here to fend for themselves. But I have decided I'm going to figure out a way to get me a scaredy hole out here. If I ever make to where I start making money with the channel, I may save every dime of that just to build me a freighty hole. But I'll have to figure out how in the world to build it, because where I live in a flood zone. So the door would have to be at least 4 to 5 feet off the ground. Because if not, I drowned. But the way Rick was talking, if we had a house with a basement, the top part of the basement would have to be like 4 foot out of the ground. A floating storm cellar. I ain't never heard of that. Well, I've seen them float up out of the ground after they've been put in. My uncle had bought one when I was little. He had bought one of the little metal ones, that they sink down in the ground. And it come a big rain after that. It floated that sucker right up out of the ground. Good night, Nancy. Thank you, honey. So they had to come back out and redo his cellar. It was a mess. But the first good rain he got, it floated that sucker right out of the ground. Now, my parents, when they lived at the lake, they had a deal put in. It was above ground. And the concrete, shoot, I bet that concrete was that thick. And then, of course, it had metal, and then it came in 2 pieces, and it had these metal strap things that bolted it. But my gosh, I bet that sucker was like an oven during the summer, because, there ain't no air in them. Yeah, I would have an indoor pool. and not meaning to. Well, Mom and Dad had one, but then they sold the place out at Crowder and moved to town, and they have no storm shelter now. They're moving to town about chapped my rear because I didn't want them in town. I told them I'd give them land to put a house on. But they wanted to be close to the hospital. So they live about 1.5 miles from the hospital. Well, I wouldn't mind having an above ground shelter, but I would want one a lot bigger than what my mom and dad had. I mean, if you got more than 4 people in there, you were crowded. And I'm claustrophobic. So I would have to have a big one. And I've seen these ones that they say fit 20 people. It might fit them if they were like this. It ain't gonna fit 20 big people like me. Because I ain't no little gal. And don't get me wrong, I love people, but I don't want them that close to me. I used to have a neighbor that, bless her heart, she's sweet as she could be. But when she was talking to you, she thought she had to be right here, and you moved and she'd follow you. Finally, one day I stuck my hand out and went like that. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "This is my bubble. Don't get in my bubble." Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need to build me one. But I want one big enough that I can put a deal in the end of it and put my goats and my chickens and everything else so I don't have to worry about them. And my dogs. And I guess my cat. But those ones that they say hold 20 people, to me, they 6 to have room. What I would love is to build a house and have the whole bottom as a basement. And then put a bedroom down there just in case I had to stay all night in there. That's what I would like. Because a lot of our storms, like the tornadoes and stuff, they hit at night. During the day, it's not so bad. You can see them coming. During the day, you can't see them suckers coming. But still, 20 people wouldn't be big enough for my goats and chickens. I know it would be really hard to do in my area. That's what Rick was saying. If we had a basement, the top part of the basement would have to be at least 4 foot off the ground. Or out of the ground. And And like if we put a cellar in, the door has to be at least 4 foot above the ground because it has been known the water to get at least 3 foot deep here. Hello, Yabby. I know in 92 or 93, we had a downpour. Not Jim. We had a downpour rain here. I was at work, thank God, because if I'd have seen it, it'd probably scared me half to death. But the kids had toys, is when we lived in the old trailer. The kids had toys in the yard and we had a back fence. And you could tell how high the water. Yeah, shelters are no good flooded. That's why I would have to have one heck of a sealing, it was sealed real good. Like I said, when we got that rain, the kids had toys in the front yard. We had a backyard fence. My area is free and clear. We'll have a few thunderstorms, a possible tornado or two, but north of I-40 is what's going to get hit hard. So pray for the people in Oklahoma City, through Tulsa, down through Pryor into Arkansas and Missouri. My area will pretty much be safe. We can have a few little tornadoes pop up, but it's not going to be like them. They're calling for F4s and F5s in that area. So, but yeah, a lot of prayers was said, let me tell you. Anyway, when it come that rain, I was at work. Now, I guess it was in 94 or 96 that it happened. The kids had toys in the front yard, and we had a yard fence. The yard fence was 5 foot high. And it took the toys from the front yard and put them against the back fence, and you could see on the back fence that it went up on that back fence about 3 foot. So we know where I live, water will get 3 foot deep. Did I hear anything about KY? No. Are you talking about Kentucky or a person? The state? Oh no, what about it? I haven't heard anything on Kentucky. But anyway, if I'd have been home when that happened, I'd have probably peed down both legs and added more water to it. But I was at work. So we do know it will get 3 foot deep here, so that's why Rick was saying we'd have to have a door on a cellar at least 4 foot above. Oh yeah, your cousin lives in Kentucky. But no, I haven't heard anything on Kentucky. Yeah, Davita, they're calling for F4s and F5 tornadoes. So pray hard for those people. My friend Tryon that's in here, he lives right in the eye of where it's going to hit. Well, an F4 tornado, you're looking at anywhere from 150 to 190 mile an hour winds. F4 and F5 tornadoes will range normally anywhere from 3 miles wide to 10 miles wide, and they will stay on the ground for sometimes 100 miles. Yeah, good kite flying weather. Come on down, Westman. I want to see you fly a kite in it. Yes, exactly. F4 will pick the house up of it. F5 will pull up the foundation. It will turn a house into toothpicks. No doubt. He was using paracord. Oh my gosh. But if I'm not mistaken, the Moore tornadoes, well, it wiped out the whole town of Moore. It was what? Trying it was what, 6 miles wide or 7 miles wide, and stayed on the ground for, was it 60 or 80 miles? I can't remember. Because I know it stayed on the ground all the way to Shawnee. Yeah, I think it was, I'd have to look it up, but I want to say it was 6 to 10 miles wide, and it stayed on the ground for 80 or 90 miles, and it wiped everything out. It was pitiful. I had to drive through there going to Heart Doctor, and I just wanted to cry. It devastated them. And I didn't go all the way to Moore. That was just going through Shawnee and over into the south part of Oklahoma City. And it was pitiful. I mean, it was pitiful. Trees look like toothpicks. They just, it just shredded trees. And the weird thing of it was, is it looked like it was following the train track. But that's what it looked like. It looked like it had just followed the train track down in that wide of an area. Houses were sticks. I mean, just sticks. But that was the day that if I'm not mistaken, it was horrible. The only deaths that occurred was at the Moore School, if I'm not mistaken. The rest was just devastation. And I forgot how many kids perished at the Moore School. That was pitiful. But that was the second time that happened in what, 4 or 5 years at that in Moore? I want to say 60 kids died. I can't really remember, but I want to say it was like 60 children died at Moore School that day. And the years before that, I want to say there was, yep, uh, I want to say it was 5 years before that. I think, wasn't it 200 students had gotten killed? I know my cousin lost her house in that one. But the last one, my cousin's house was standing, but everything behind her house was gone. I'd have to look it up. My memory ain't what it used to be. But I think 200 in the first one, I want to say 200 or 200 and something kids and teachers got killed. The last one, I think it was 60 kids and I forgot how many teachers. There was teachers throwing themselves on the kids, trying to keep the kids safe, and that the teachers got killed. Oh, you was in the 2012 one? That was the first bad one, right? 2012. I want to say the last one was in or no, that might have been the last one. That was the last one, wasn't it, trying? Because that's when I had all the heart surgeries, or the first time I started having all the heart issues. Hey, Pat. How's the weather in Singapore, Pat? Hey, Jaffa. Yeah, storm chasers were killed on 40. That was the last one. So that was in 2012. All right. And the one that happened before that was, I want to say, in 2006 or 2008. It's summer all year round there. I know when my brother was in Singapore, when he was stationed over there, I was 4 years old. And he sent me this doll. I love this doll. And she had this, I don't know what you call it. I called it a guitar. It wasn't a guitar. But she had the little robe and everything, and her little hair done up in the, like the geisha style. And she had a little pink outfit. She was absolutely gorgeous. I loved that doll. And my ex-husband got mad at me one day and he tore my doll up. And I can't get another one because, heck, it's from Singapore. Hey, Container Man. Now, is that today's Container Man, or is that... No, my ex-husband got mad at me and he tore it up. "2013, okay. Am I y'all where y'all can see me? But I loved that little doll. I kept it up on a shelf. I'd say she's probably 18 inches tall. And she had to me, her legs looked like they were sawdust inside plastic. 20 children. I have no clue, babe. She was on a wooden base. She was on a little black wooden base. She had the little Komodo on. She had the little, do you call them lutes? Is it a lute? I want to say it's called a lute. I don't know. But anyway, she was beautiful. She had a little pink kimono and it had red and blue and yellow and all through it. And he was a jerk. but my gosh, I was 4 years old when he bought it, and so that thing was, if I still had it, it would be 44 years old, or no, 46 years old. Oh, the tornado in 2003. No, it won't hit tonight, darling. It's hitting tomorrow. Um, it will be in the eye of the storm tomorrow. When they first started the deal out, it was showing my area was going to get it, and now they've updated everything, and it's Oklahoma City through Tulsa is what's going to be devastated. They're talking F4s and F5s tomorrow. So make sure you're not anywhere near Oklahoma tomorrow morning. Yeah, it would probably cost an arm and a leg now. But her face was cloth. Or it might have been plastic with a cloth overlay. Yeah, I don't know what time uh, it's supposed to hit tomorrow. I just know it's in the AM. That they have put my area out of the worst of the deal, so I'm okay with that. That I don't want I don't want nobody getting that kind of weather. Yeah, it was 46 years ago, so yeah, it would be vintage. It was new when he bought it, when my brother bought it. But he bought it for me when he was stationed over there when I was 4 years old. Good night, Maria. Hugs, girl. You've got cousins in Bigsby? Well, tell them to take cover. Hey, Lori. The weather right here, right now, is really good. They're talking about F4s and F5 tornadoes tomorrow. I'm praying it don't change directions, but I'm praying it don't come, period. I don't want it hitting no one. I don't wish that type of weather on anyone. Yeah, tornado warnings. But right now, my area is going to be, for the most part, clear. We might end up with a little one. But they're talking mainly in my area, flash floods. But the way they're talking, it could devastate Oklahoma City down through Tulsa and on. Which has me worried about trying because he lives in the middle of that crap. Everybody, I wish my internet would stop that. The weather must be getting bad up yonder way. Trying, are y'all getting any rain or anything? Are y'all getting any kind of negative weather right now? Am I still buffering? You love it there? I'm glad you like it, but they couldn't pay me to live in a big town. There wouldn't be enough money in the world. It's cloudy but nice outside. Have they said when it's supposed to the rain and stuff is supposed to hit y'all? Oh, my little goats, yeah, they're growing like crazy. They're gonna be as big as their mama before long. Okay. I'd get on AccuWeather and look it up, but obviously I can't with my poor internet. The only thing I hate about living in the boondocks, internet sucks. You want me to be honest with you with that, Lori? We start having floods and I'm gonna be bringing my critters inside. I can sweep up pellets. I'll stick the chickens in the bathtub. But I'll bring them inside if I have to. I won't let them. I have been known to do that. I have been known to I don't like being, I'm not anywhere near a big city, but I tell you what, the internet. I pay $129 a month for this crap. No, not HughesNet. This is through the phone company. But they won't get us the fiber optic stuff where I live. They'll put it all around us. But there's not enough people out here where I live to where it would be cost effective for them. But the people that get the fiber optic stuff is getting the fiber optic stuff cheaper than I'm getting DSL. Yeah, we have phone line. Yeah, I don't have fiber optic. It don't do any good. We've told them we'd even pay a little more if they would put fiber optics out here. They tell us it's not cost effective and feasible. But yet, you go 5 miles that way, they have fiber optic. You go 6 miles that way, they have fiber optic. But our little cluster, no, we're not worth it. But we pay twice the amount a month as them yahoos. Yep. That's like they said it wouldn't be feasible for them to come out here and update our station or phone station for everything. But yet it's feasible for them to update for everybody else, but not us. But everybody out here has begged and pleaded with them, and they won't do it. They'll stinking on the internet. Stop it. Internet. See what I mean? Our internet sucks. And I pay $129 a month for this crap. Yep. That's why most of the times when I do my lives, I'm on my phone internet. But right now, as they say, I'm too poor to pay attention, so I don't have phone internet. I don't have a phone right now other than the house phone. Proms, graduations, kicked my rear. Yep. So Trine, if they're closing the schools, some bad stuff is fixing to hit. Honey, I wouldn't know how to put up a tower. Oh, honey, schools in Tulsa are closed. Tulsa's schools are shut down because of this mess. Well, it's $129.96, so you might as well say $130 by the time they get. It's $120, but by the time they get their taxes and access fees on it, it's $130. So You would think I would have the most wonderful internet in the world. But usually when I'm doing my lives, I have my phone on its on its data doing my live, and have my computer on my internet. Yeah, that's exactly why my when my lives are really clear is when I'm using my data on my phone. But right now, as they say, I'm too po to pay attention. I don't have data on the phone. I don't even have a cell phone service right now. I don't know what G5 means, but it's only G5 if it goes up to that in your area. Our town is so small, we don't even have a post office. Yeah. Well, see, where I live, if I'm not mistaken, in my area, I think it's 3G. You can get a router. We have local mail that comes out here. But if where I'm at, Pat, to drive to the nearest city, it takes me 30 to 45 minutes to get there. But don't they, I know they say stuff is unlimited, but once you use a certain amount, don't they slow you down? Well, see, we used to have a post office back in 19. We had a post office, I want to say like up until 1970. I was just a little bitty baby, little bitty tyke when they closed the post office down here. Because I technically live in Scipio, Oklahoma. Or I do live in Scipio, Oklahoma. But because we have a rule, they gave us a McAlester address, which McAlester is 30 miles that way. Oh, really? 3G is not bad? Well, McAllister, I'm right at 30 miles northwest of McAllister. I live in a tiny little town. You blink your eye, you miss it. We have one little store that has a gas station, and you can't afford to buy nothing there. Because the gas in McAllister is out here will cost you close to $6 a gallon. Now, the only store we have around here is a little convenience store, and you can't afford you can't afford nothing in it. Oh, well, out here they buy wholesale and still mark it up to where you can't get it. A can of chili, the small can, what is it, 12 ounce? No, it's what, 15-ounce can of Wolf brand chili will cost you $1. On sale, it'll cost you $1.19 in McAllister. You go to this store to buy it, you're paying $5.99 for the same can. Yeah, it's expensive. A package of hot dogs. Say you wanted to have say your grandkids come over and you just decide Indian Nation Turnpike's just 7 miles from my house. You go to McAllister. On sale, you can get a package of hot dogs for 69 cents. You go to this little store up here and you're paying $4.99 for that same little package. It's crazy. A gallon of milk in McAllister will cost you $1.80. You buy it at the store here, and it's costing you $4.80. So nobody shops out here. You go to get, say if you was to get a pack of cigarettes in McAllister, that pack of cigarettes cost you $5 and something. You come out here, you get the same pack of cigarettes in your anyway, you get the same pack of cigarettes. You tell me, and we will both know they're losing a lot of business. Stamps. They don't care to pay that price because they're getting their food for free. So I think food stamps is what's keeping them going. The only thing that you can get out here at a reasonable price, and that's because The Pepsi people and them set the prices. You can get pop, same price as you get it in McAllister. You can get chips and candy bars the same price as you get in McAllister. But if there's any essentials, you can't afford it. That's why, like, I have a lot of people that if they need eggs, they come to me and get eggs because they can't afford to go to that store and get them. And then I have a hard time charging anybody for eggs. I just give them to them because I'm not a very good businesswoman. I have a tender heart. I give things away. Exactly. That's why everybody drives out to get all the essentials. But I give stuff away. I can't. Hey, Jenny. How's the weather over there in the Netherlands, darling? Yep, that's right. I can't. People would say, "Well, your food for your chickens ain't free." Well, I know that. Yeah, I know it, Mr. TV. No, he's not a troll. He's not a troll. TV's a good guy. He's not a troll. Mm. Well, what's the weather like, trying? Yeah, he's just poking fun at me. A carton of eggs in McAllister. You mean like you get it? You mean farm fresh eggs, or do you mean factory eggs? Factory eggs, you're looking at probably $1.80. But if you go to most places that selling eggs from their home, they get anywhere from $3 to $3.50 a carton. I just don't have the heart to charge people. God gave them to me, so I'm gonna give them away. I have had people to force me to take money for them, but I never charged them. I know, but I just don't have the heart to sell them. Now, see, I don't sell goat's milk, I give it away too. I know feed ain't cheap. But I just try to be what God made me. Yeah, Mr. TB's a good guy. He was just ragging on me. He's looking out for my health. He's a very nice guy. But if you notice, I roll all my cigarettes. It's a lot cheaper. Oh. Yes, but I have West Wind in here, and a lot of times I have Chipper in here, and they'll grab them. I mean, they will slam a troll in a heartbeat. They're my guardians. They take care of me. Oh, I don't know how long I've been on here. I think it's been quite a stupid internet. He's here some Chip earlier on my first live. He's probably in bed. Yeah, trolls can get. Is she all right? Is she all right, TB? Stinking on it. I've been on a long time. But I got over 900 minutes in my, what do you call it now? Oh, Jenny, you would do good live. Pat, you would do good live. Sometimes trolls are just butt heads, but most of the time I have good people. I don't really, knock on wood, I've only had a couple of trolls, and they got slammed as soon as they posted a smart aleck remark. Well, trying, you can go live on a computer, babe, if you have a computer. You just can't do it on a phone. And there is an app that you can use on your phone to go live. You can get around there. You can get around there. West Wind. Now, why would they think that? Yeah, Streamlabs. You can go live through Streamlabs on YouTube. Oh, your computer died. Well, you can still use your phone. Just go through Streamlabs. There's ways around it, darling. There's ways around it. Oh, Janie, honey, your English is wonderful, and your voice is so soothing. I need to get a recording of you just talking and put on headphones so I can go to sleep at night. Your voice is so calming. I love your voice. Oh, trying, you're not ugly. I've met you. She speaks better English than I do. But Janie's voice is just so calming. And Pat, her voice is just so uplifting. I love it. It is, isn't it? I mean, she could speak to me, she could speak, and her voice, I can be just really, just anxious and just ready to rip somebody's head off. And as soon as I'm hear Janie's voice, I'm just like, oh, I have fun. I just like getting on here talking to people, whether it's about anything or nothing at all. I just love talking. Oh yes, your voice, it does. It relaxes me. I can be wound up as tight as a string fiddle, and then when Janie gets to talking, I'm just like, you need to go live, Pat. And I'm not making fun of you in any way, so don't think I'm making fun of you. But when you say, hello, this is Pat with Style with Pat, I love it. I love the way you say it. It just makes me feel good. I say it right along with you. It just makes me giddy when she talks. I just love it. And I just have a hick accent. Somebody told me one day my voice was common, and I was like, "What? What have you been smoking?" Because I'm just a hick. I think it's the southern drawl they like. Oh yeah, I'm as redneck as they come, Lori. Trust me. Oh, y'all didn't get to see my babies, did you? Y'all wasn't on here earlier when I showed my little dogs. Oh, Pat, did you see my little dogs earlier? Hold on, I'll get my little dogs. Blue. Now keep in mind, this one's only 10 weeks old. He's half Pyrenees and half Anatolian Shepherd. This is Sam. Now let me get my little dog. Don't you, Domino, behave. Blue, come here. Blue, come here. Blue, come. Come on. Come. Blue, come. Come on. Come here. Come. This is my tiny dog. Blue, come. 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 Come on. Come here. Come on. Come here. He just wants to love right now. Oh, the little puppy was aggravating me. Blue, come. Come on. Come on, Bubba. Come on. Come on. Domino. Come on, Blue. Come on. Come on. And I'm 5'8". Okay. Stop. Let me put the puppy back. Come on, Sammy. Ugh. Come here, Dom. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here, Dommy. Move, Blue. Go. Come here, Dommy. Domino, you're not in trouble. Come here. Oh, well. This is Bear Bear. He's my little Ewok. And come here, Rock. Come here, Rocky.
There you go, Mama.
Come here, Rocky. This is, well, he ain't gonna be still.
Come here, no. Come here.
Yummy, 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 yo. Yummy, 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 yo. Come here, buddy. Come here. This is Domino. This is Rocky.
You slow down on Bear, why don't you? What are you doing? Ew.
Yeah, I have a candle. Hey, will you get me some water? And ice.
Ah, what I need.
Rocky is a boxer. Yeah, I do. I'm breathing hard. Rocky weighs probably 80 pounds because he is a fat boy. This one, if I'm not mistaken, he weighs about 180, 190. You think you can ride Blue? The grandbabies do. But that's my little dogs.
Except for the fact that they're always in my room. There you
Yeah, Blue weighs a little more than I do.
go. Which is Blue Egg?
He probably weighs about 180, 190.
Take a little one away from that, that's what I weigh. About 80 or 90.
Oh, yes, Rocky. You gonna talk now? Blue is a half Great Dane and half Bull Mastiff. And the little one that I brought in, he is a livestock guardian dog in training. Night trying. Be safe, hon. Email me tomorrow. Let me know that you're all right, okay? All right, Bubba, go lay down. He says, but you got me up, Mama. Crazy internet. I keep waiting to get him an Ewok costume for Halloween.
Mom, if you get him an Ewok costume, I will take him trick-or-treating.
Blue is let's see. He was born in February the 14th, 2011, so that would put him eight years old.
In 56.
Bear, the little Ewok, he is 11 years old. Domino is 5 years old. Rocky is 11 years old. And Sam is only 10 weeks old. So all my dogs are kind of old. But the boxer, he has big old cancer spots on him. But he's doing good. I mean, yep, they are. And then I have a cat that's part bobcat. Have y'all ever seen her? Oh, yeah. Let me find the fat cat. All right, you see her natural bobtail? This is Abby. And this is how big she is. She's bigger than an average cat.
Shadow, bigger. Becky's cat.
Yeah, she's half bobcat. And she has an attitude.
Look towards me.
Thank you. She can be a royal B word. Well, my son's cat got pregnant by a bobcat. Hence the Abby. Yeah, she put some dogs in place, but thank God her front she was declawed in the front because she was a royal B word. Oh yeah, most of the time when the bobcat breeds with a house cat, they normally call them like a Manx. Good night, Janny. Have a blessed one, sweetheart. Thank you for coming. I want to say they usually call them like a Manx. Not a minx, but a Manx. Like MANYX or something like that. No, not a minx. A Manx. MANYX. I believe that's what they call them. I used to have a pet coon. Well, my brother used to have a pet coon, but it liked me and not him, and so he got rid of it. I've had a pet possum. Rick had a pet skunk and a pet squirrel. I've had possums. I had a pet bobcat. His name was Bobby. No, raccoons don't smell. Skunks smell. Rick and them had a skunk. And they kept it in the house, and every time I heard the refrigerator door open, it would come running. And Rick's mom wasn't paying attention one day, and the skunk had come running, and she shut the refrigerator door and slammed it on the skunk's tail, and he sprayed everything. They said that smell didn't get out of the house for over a month. A Maine Coon? A Maine Coon? What is that? Yeah, they're like a cat. And a raccoon will clean all of its food before it eats it. Oh. But a coon, it don't matter what it is, it will take it and wash it before it eats it. I don't know how they got the smell off. I know the house had to air out for a month. They'd had it since it was a baby, so I mean, they got it before its eyes was open. So they just never removed the glands. Because it had never sprayed anything. So, but the day she caught its tail in the refrigerator door, it learned to spray. Oh, it is. I don't know what Abby would be called. Would she be called a Maine Coon because she's part? I don't know what she would be called. We always called them Manx since they were part bobcat. It's a smell that will make you literally sick. My dad, we was hauling hay, and we was putting hay in the barn, and there was a stupid skunk in the barn, and my dad shot it in the barn, and oh my God. I was having to put that hay in that barn. I was sitting there gagging. And we had food in the front seat, and when he shot that thing and that smell, it sucked into that food. You couldn't eat the food because it tasted like the smell. That's a smell that will burn into your sinuses. We were sick. We were throwing up. Yeah, there is a Manx cat. You feed a skunk? On the internet, stop that crap. Now, if they're used to you, they won't bother nothing. I mean, unless you got chickens, they'll kill your chickens. But a skunk will eat a chicken's head off and leave everything else. And a possum will normally chew the rear end out of a chicken and eat its head off. A mink will do the same thing. People get all up butt hurt and everything about people killing minks. Minks are mean little boogers. And what I want to know how they get the smell off of a mink. Because a mink kind of has a skunk smell to it. I just want to know how they get that smell out of the fur. People talk about, well, they have a mink coat. Yeah, but did you smell that sucker before it died? I don't understand it. Am I still buffering? Yeah, I don't know how they get the smell off the minks. Because a mink smells worse than a skunk. I mean, a skunk don't really have a smell until it sprays. That's what they say, but let me tell you, I've had dogs that Blue has been sprayed by a skunk. Tomato don't get it off. I don't care what they tell you. But tomato does not get it. Might. Yeah, you just don't want to get sprayed. Because tomato does not get that smell off. Because when they spray, it's an oil. And that oil seeps into everything. And I'm sorry, tomato juice ain't going to get it off. We used 8 cans on Blue, and we're talking the big tomato cans, tomato juice cans. And no, it didn't even put a dent in the smell. But a lot of people don't realize that spray that comes out of them is oil. They think it's just like a little light mist. No, it's oil. Oh, I can imagine. Bet you had heck getting the smell off your truck or trunk out of your trunk, didn't you? Oh man, that stuff getting in the carpet. Well, I'm sure it helped. Oh. But people talk about possums stink. I've honestly never smelt a possum that stunk.
Possums don't stink.
No, possums here don't stink.
It was just on a field had a baby possum.
Yeah, I've raised I don't know how many baby possums. They're so cute when they're little and so ugly when they're grown. Oh Lord, y'all have been on here over 2 hours. I'm gonna have to get off of here. Yeah, they are ugly when they get older, but people will say, well, they'll get you, they'll get you, they'll get you. They'll hiss at you and make you think they're gonna get you because they don't want you messing with them. Now, possums aren't blind. Yeah, they're not blind. But you can take and tap a possum and they'll lay over. Now, armadillos are kind of blind. When the possums around here aren't blind. They see better at night than they do in the day. Are their eyes black or are their eyes what?
Black.
No, I'm talking to Lori. The ones that surround your colony, are their eyes black? Well, I don't know if that works either, but that's good to know. But I'm telling you right now, tomato juice don't work. Yeah, they have bad eyesight during the day, but at night they have good eyesight. Now, if you shine a light in their eyes, it hurts their eyes. Night, Pat. Yeah, I gotta get around getting bed too. It's 4 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah, Mom.
Well, good night, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all remember the world's a better place because y'all are in it. Don't ever forget it. Bye, y'all.